Hey everyone, it's Tanya Somerton and I'm back with divorce hack number 3. Now this one's a difficult one because this is all about private health cover. So in the previous divorce hack we spoke about Medicare. Now Medicare is our public health system and it's what helps us here in Australia cut the costs of our medicine and going to a GP and public hospitals if they bulk bill. But now we also have private health insurance and we get a deduction on our tax if we have it. Now, in most cases, majority of families have health insurance. The issue with health insurance is that normally there is a period of, let's say, could be 4 weeks, could be 3 months, before you can actually claim on your health insurance. So just like the Medicare card, we need to change the details on our health insurance. Now, I have some clients who right until the moment that they are divorced, they continue to have a joint health cover. So, whether it's the husband who's the primary earner, he continues to pay into the health fund until everything is finalised, and then one or the other will go their separate ways after that point. But if you know anything about health insurance, the more people on the fund, in a lot of cases, the more it is. But the interesting thing is 1 adult and 2 children might be the same as 2 adults and 2 children. So to go and get an individual healthcare policy can be expensive when, if you're looking at it from a family unit perspective and you're trying to cut costs in other areas, especially if someone is living in the family home and you still haven't agreed what's going on. So it's really important to think about this, because when you move forward, you need to make sure that you separate it. But in saying that as well, you need to make sure that if your partner is paying the health care, is paying your health fund, that you are still actually part of it. Because we've had other incidents where clients have had to unfortunately go into hospital and they've thought their fund has been covered because their husband or wife has been paying into it, and they ceased paying it, which caused massive issues. So you want to make sure that, you guys have got an agreement. In my eyes, I like to protect my clients and enforce that really to really get this moving on and to be an individual, because once you've made the decision that you're going to separate, in my eyes, it's safer to actually go and do something with your fund, whether you take it over or you leave the family one and start your own. That's up to you. But it just gives you a level of security that you mightn't have, because you've got no idea what that other person might do, especially if things aren't amicable and you're not working together. So if they're bitter and someone is not working with you, there's every chance, especially if funds are tight, they just sit there and go, you know what, we're either not going to pay it at all, or we're going to change the fund and we're going to take someone out of it. Now, if you are going to transfer over to another fund, and let's say you're transferring over and you are taking your children with you, make sure when you speak to that fund provider, if it's not the same one that you're with, if you're going to another one, make sure that you ask the questions about, is there a lag period, just in case something goes wrong. If you're going to stay with the same fund provider, make sure that you explain to them that you are changing from this X fund to Y fund, and why you are, because it's a family separation, and ask the question about, once again, do I have to wait 4 weeks or 3 months before I can claim on this policy? It's something that you don't want to be left up in the air with, and the key to all of this is making sure that you've got as much information as possible, because when you've got information, you don't have to sit there and go, geez, am I part of this policy? Am I still part of this? Or am I, I can't go to a private hospital, I need to take my children to a public one. You need to have the answers to these questions. So for me, the key is, in my eyes, go and get your own and be standalone if you've decided to leave the relationship or whatever, because then you've got control of the outcome. So that's our divorce hack number 3, and I look forward to sharing with you number 4.